Hey, what's up everyone? This is Nick, and today we're doing another action figure review. This is the Lab Escape version of the Fugitive Predator from The Predator, and this is of course by NECA Toys. I got this from freshfigures.com. I've been buying NECA figures from them since like 2016, early 2016. Never had any issues. You can pre-order upcoming releases, typically right after NECA announces them, and you can pre-order them for $1 down, and then you don't have to pay the full amount until the figure is in stock. Once it's in stock, it gets to you very quickly. I got this almost like, you know, I felt like it was just a couple days later, but it got here a lot quicker than I expected. And I've done some comparisons online, and freshfigures.com has always been selling these for cheaper than anywhere else, at least anywhere I've looked. So I've always been very happy with them, and everything's always packed very nicely as well, which is important to me because sometimes I like to keep figures in the box, and sometimes I like to just keep the box. So we'll start off with the packaging on this one. This has that cool teaser poster on it. Really like that because it differentiates it from the first Fugitive Predator release, which obviously had images of the Fugitive Predator. So really cool poster. I always like this because it gives me like a Predator 2 vibe, since we get the city, we get the lightning, kind of like when, you know, he's holding up the trophy and gets electrocuted. So we get a nice gallery shot in here. Opens up with Velcro just like the others. Cool gallery images. And you'll see this does have a light up interchangeable head, which is very cool. I think this is the first time they've done it in this scale. They've done it for the big Predator figures. I know they did it with the big Jungle Demon Predator, but I think this is the first time they've done it for the 7-inch ones, and I hope that it is a reoccurring theme. But it's interesting they always show it light up red, like here and on the poster for the movie, the one where it's holding the assassin predators holding the fugitive predator's decapitated head. The mask is lit up red, and in the movie I think the mask lit up blue. So maybe it did both colors, like maybe it alternated between them for like different vision modes. I really don't know. I've only seen the movie once. I don't really care for watching it again, but I really loved the lab escape scene. I have watched that scene a few times on YouTube, because it's just awesome. It feels like something right out of the comic books. It's very classic Predator. So here they've given us another Fugitive Predator, and you know, we're getting hit with so many NECA releases right now. I'm trying to be very choosy with what I purchase, at least what I purchase right away. So I was going to wait a little bit on this one and just focus on like the emissary predators and the assassin, but I had to pick him up because one, I love that scene. Two, he looks like they've done a lot more to him to make him look better compared to the initial release. And three, he has the light up mask, which we'll look at in a little bit. So, quick comparison here. The initial release has him all armored up, and this one, at least from the waist up, he is naked. But you can see here they're painted very differently. So this one here is painted well, but he's not as wet, and the paint isn't as dark either. It doesn't look as realistic to me. This one, I don't know if it's any more movie accurate. He still kind of has this overall reddish brownish look that's very Predator 2, and I think in the movie he had more of a palish gray look to him. Could have just been the lighting. So this one still has that issue of maybe being a little too red or brown, but it's just nicer in regards to the application of it. The face actually looks very classic Stan Winston Predator. P1, P2, kind of a combination of the two, actually. I like that a lot. It's like the coloration, but it's like the coloration of the second Predator, but the pattern of the first Predator, which is nice. And the face looks like a combination of the two, and the eyes are really nicely done. It's hard to see because they're so small, but they're very piercing. And I love how the body of the Predator kind of looks like how you see in those textbooks where they show you like what the human body would look like if it didn't have any skin, but you can see all the muscles and stuff. That's kind of what this looks like coloring wise. It's very neat to me. But yeah, overall the armor is painted pretty much the same. Again, the armor though is painted darker on this one, just like the skin. So um, it's a little cleaner, in my opinion. So really, really nice. Um, so articulation wise, he's probably going to be less hindered. So you can move like his shoulder up more. Um, Everything else is going to be the same because it is still the same base figure, but it feels like a totally new figure because, again, totally different outfit or lack of outfit. This is a different head sculpt because we did get an unmasked head with the initial release, but it had the open mouth, and I think this closed mouth looks a lot better. Really, really cool. Really impressed with all the detail they did in the torso, because the original one you could cut off the armor. But it wasn't this detailed underneath. And plus, you'd kind of be ruining your figure by taking this off. And he also had the netting on him as well. So this one does not have the netting on the upper body. So he has his shurikens that are painted very nicely. They have that bronze coloring on them. And he does come with an open shuriken, which is like, whatever. We've gotten lots of these in the past. But it's just painted like your typical silver color. There's no extra paint details on it, which is kind of odd. But I don't care. I have so many of them, I can take them from somewhere else. So I'm losing pieces already. So he comes with 2 fisted hands. No big deal. We got these with the initial release. These are just, again, painted in a slightly different tone, which is kind of a shame because then you can't really interchange them. Well, maybe. You could. I just think that this one looks a little bit wetter and a little bit darker. And you have 2 of the splayed hands. And then you have one of these kind of trigger finger gripping hands. And that's because he comes with this gun. Now, I don't think this hand is as soft as the one that was on the emissary, so it was a little scary putting it on and off because I didn't want to break that ball point, or the ball joint, whatever you call it. And also, this gun is not as nicely painted as the emissary's weapon. It's kind of just like a flat matte black. It doesn't have like that nice sheen to it. It doesn't have a metallic finish or any other little paint details. Well, there's maybe one. No, it's all black, and there's actually a little piece. There's a little, I don't know, like a little detail that already snapped off of mine. That's where that, I thought that white was actually paint detailing, but that's actually like the plastic underneath because just a little detail piece already broke off, and it's so small I couldn't get it back on. I don't even know where it is. Maybe it was just like something extra from the mold. I don't know. It was just so small. But yeah, I can't really get the trigger finger through the actual hole there. I just kind of have it like halfway on there. So he's just kind of holding it, but he's practicing some gun safety. But I loved that scene when he was using the gun, and it is kind of validated by the whole fact that this guy has human DNA in him. So I thought that was cool. So really, really cool escape scene. So you got him with the gun. And then I would have liked another gripping hand like this one, just for the left hand, to hold onto the mask. Just hold onto the rim of it. So this mask is different because it's not fixated to a head like the other ones we've gotten. So this is a separate mask. It's not going to, I mean, it can fit over this head, kind of, but it's not going to fix onto it. It's not going to clip on there and stay there. It's just not practical while also being accurate. So it's just like the other masks we've gotten. Although I think it's weird that he had like multiple masks in the movie and they all looked exactly the same, and the other Predators had the same masks, like the Emissary has the same mask. But I do love that they've incorporated all this just gorgeous detailing on the inside. Really, really nice. It's really deep detailing, and this scratch on it is really, really cool. I like the accuracy of it, and it's got a lot of layers and depth to it, and it's painted very nicely as well. It looks realistic. It almost looks like this is like a metal toy, and you like scratched it up against something, or I don't know what, but it's really nice. So I guess he could, yeah, even the hand that is the one that's supposed to grip the weapon can't really grip this mask. So you can really only have him holding it if he has like his splayed hand open, and then you can kind of maybe have it just like laying in there, but you really got to fumble with it to get it just right. So I would have liked 2 gripping hands. That would have been helpful. 1 for each hand, because I would have liked to have had him hold the mask like he's just holding it to his side or about to put it on, and also have him hold the gun, because I feel like those are the 2 most unique accessories we're getting here, that he can hold at least. I think the most unique accessory that we've gotten is this alternate head, which again is the same as this head in appearance, but and this is very well concealed. If you push in the laser pointer, the eyes light up. Very cool. It's incredible. Really nice bright light. It would be cool if you could like push it in hard and then just have them stay on. But that looks so cool. So I'm actually going to, I'm not going to put that on this one because I think it will look weird to have him masked but not wearing any torso armor. So I'm going to swap it out with this head, and I think that's going to look really nice in my display. But this is like kind of stiff, so I'm going to have to heat that up and swap them out later. So yeah, I mean, if you could only get 1 Fugitive Predator, I would get this one. If you're like pressed for cash, or whatever, you have to be very choosy with the Predators that are dropping right now. I think the Assassin Predator and the Emissary Predator should be your priority, and then pick this one up later on down the line. But I wouldn't skip out on it entirely, because it is, at the end of the day, very different from the initial Fugitive, and it complements it very well. So if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and pick up your own Lab Escape Fugitive Predator and other NECA products at freshfigures.com. I'll see you guys around. Bye.